Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Saint Gaming, and today we will be talking about our final characters that have a chance in Jump Force video. Today's video and series will be of Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai. Now, seeing Dai in the game originally was super surprising, but also very welcoming. Dai is such a fun character in the game. With that said, I think the chances are very high of Dragon Quest getting more reps in the future, with more either DLC or within a sequel. As Dragon Quest Dai is beginning a lot of stuff recently, it will be getting 3 new video games, one being a whole console game developed by Square, and a new anime in the fall of 2020. This video will contain spoilers for Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai as well, so I recommend not watching this till you have watched the anime or read the manga. Now, I have read the whole manga for Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai, so let's get started with the characters that I think have the best chance of being in, also the characters who I think are most likely. Now, the first character I want to talk about is Pop. Now, Pop is Dai's best friend, and he is the first party member to join him on his quest. So, like many of the other characters in the series, Pop is one of the disciples of Avin, and he was learning under him still when Pop met Dai. Pop is also a magic user, and in the game he can pull out all kinds of spells that you can use for his moveset. Pop also helped Dai in his final fight against Vern, so that's a pretty important thing. Pop is the character that I think has the strongest chance to be next as a Dragon Quest rep. He's also the Dragon Quest rep I would want next. Next is Dai's main villain in the series, and that is Hadlar. Now, Hadlar is the villain for the majority of the series, and he starts out as a generic evil villain, but later develops his own character as the series goes on, leaving a bigger impact than Vern, the actual main villain in the series. Hadlar would also make the most sense as a villain choice in my eyes, despite Dai coming from after Hadlar was defeated in the series. But I mean, we have Cell, Shishio, and the younger Toguro. Hadlar, in my eyes, is what Aizen is for the series. He isn't the final villain or the main villain, but he is the most important villain. Next is Dai's sort of rival in the series, and that is Hyeonkul. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Another of Avin's disciples, though with a twist. Hyeonkul has some interesting armor in the game. Hyeonkul's also seen training with Dai, showing that they are on the same level. Overall, I think these 3 have the best chance of making it in out of all of the characters from The Adventure of Dai. And they're the ones I would like to see the most. The next is the main female party member in the group, and that is Mam. Now, like I said, she is sort of the main female lead in the series, with Leona being the other one. Mam is also a brawler and a female rep, and her being included would make a lot of sense. She is kind of like what Rukia is in the series, although not completely like Rukia. Next is the main and final villain in the series, and that is Lord Vern. Now, he would make sense as he is the final villain in the series, like Kaguya was. And Dai does come from that final fight with Vern. I would also say he would start in his younger form as well. Vern isn't my big choice though, but with Kaguya, I didn't want her, but they did choose her in the end. Next is Kill Vern. One of the side villains I can see getting them going with. He is around for so long in the series, and I would say that he even is the final threat in the series. He also uses a slice. I'm so sorry for mispronouncing that. Which would be a new weapon in the game, which could be very interesting to see. I think Kill Vern's chances are lower, but that's a very good chance. Next is Baron. Now, Baron is Dai's father, and he's a super important character to the series and to Dai. He has a lot of moves that you can go from, and he even has a really cool awakening being his dragon form. Now, the last character for this video and for this series is Avin. Now, Avin could be a Dai clone, which I could agree with, but I think they could still choose him for the most part. being that he is the main character's, most of the main character's mentor and master. It would be like with Deku and All Might, where they do have very similar moves, but they did go around and were able to change it. Although I do think with Deku and All Might, it was a little different since Deku is more of a kicker and All Might is more of a brawler. But besides that, I don't think he has a very high chance at all, and I don't really want him that much. Now that's it for this video, and thank you for watching this series. It was super fun to make. As always, thank you for watching, and comment, like, and subscribe, and stick around as I finally have a capture card so that you know what that means. Gameplay videos will be coming soon in the future, so as always, have a nice day and a safe day.